Hello everybody, BakaWashu here, and welcome back to the Forest of Drizzling Rain remake. Alright, so last time we explored Azakawa Village, we fished a bunch of fish out of that lake, we made a big old bunch of food, we picked some vegetables everywhere, and then we made better friends with Miko. And now we are gonna go bug our silent, but quite awesome caretaker to see if he can loan us another key, because we are not done looking around. Not even slightly. He's not here. Maybe he's eating breakfast. Maybe I can go into his room. Boop. It's locked. Well, it was worth a try. Maybe we could just take the keys. The master keys and some spare keys are on the shelf. Keep forgetting his name. Koutoro? No, that's not right. I know you're cooking, but there's something I wanted to ask. I can't help you. Oh, but it's about the archive. There are a few rooms I haven't been able to look in yet. If it's okay, could you lend me the keys to those rooms? I'm sorry to always ask for favors, but this would help me finish quicker. Sidelong glance. Oh, that's all I can lend you right now. Why not just give me all of the keys? That's true, you're in the middle of cooking. There's still some stuff left from the previous owners in the third floor room. Ah, thank you. What are you making for breakfast? It looks a little bit like what you had in the fridge yesterday. I've never seen this before. Is it a local dish? It's a fried egg. Oh, I see. Are the eggs in Azakawa Village really black like that? Spare keyring obtained. Or do you just suck at cooking? A black egg is being fried. It looks rather overcooked. Well, that explains his soot. So my man is very, very bad at cooking eggs. To be fair, that is a bit of an art form. He's been cooking that egg forever. Shouldn't it be burned by now? The spare keys are for the kids' room. Oh, in the room to the third floor that I haven't been in yet. He said that there was some stuff left in there, so I should go check that room first. I'm gonna go check on my... Are you still cooking it? Dude, it's dead. Poor guy doesn't know how to cook an egg. I already forgot what they said. They said that there was a spare room for something with kids as well. But I want to check the room on the third floor first. Okay. Can do. Nope. There we go. Whoa. This room's covered in dust. But if this has all been left untouched, I'm sure there's still some of Mom and Dad's stuff here somewhere. Whoa, there's a rock. Cough, this is full of old newspapers. Whoa, that's amazing. Some are from 50 years ago. Really? Was Dad interested in stuff like this? This is nothing but dust in it. Huh? I think it smells a little bit like Mom's cosmetics. Maybe it's just my imagination. But I think it smells like more than just dust. What's that supposed to mean? Just dust and stationery. It's just ordinary stationery, but maybe it belonged to Mom or Dad. Though I wouldn't know. What's this? It's a really old small box. There's a lock on it. But I don't see the key. What's this? There's a cloth on it. Remove it. Whoa, that's a lot of dust. Cough, cough. White dress. Is it a wedding gown? Oh, is this Mom's? It's so pretty. So all that's in this room is that locked box. And Mom's wedding dress. But even if it's just this much, I'm glad. Since Mom and Dad got married and then gave birth to me. Were they happy to have raised me? I'm not sure what I'm feeling. Oh, I still have the spare key to the kids' room. I should take a look in there too. It is pretty. Did she wear this at their wedding? It's wonderful. So this is the kids' room. It's kind of cute. Is that a stamp I see? A mysterious stamp, an ink pad. It's probably for the stamp rally. Look at that. That's all of the stamps for the stamp rally. Bring this stamp rally sheet to the shop at Aozakawa Lake to get a present. Stamp Rally Completion Reward Volume 1 was added to bookmarks. Good grief. One of those stamps was quite hard to find. What do we got? There's a collection of children's books. One of the books seems to be an old handmade picture book. Handmade picture book. Don't go into the forest. Okay, don't go into the forest. Don't go into the village forest. The taking spirit likes children, so it'll eat you if you go into the forest alone. If you're not alone, it'll make you a promise. You, your friends, and everyone you know will be put through sadness and pain. So you can't think there's no such thing as spirits. The taking spirit eats things that are precious to you. That's why you can't go into the forest. There it is. Wow, God, kid. It's gonna pick you up. Written and illustrated by Koutoro. That sure is an effective way of keeping kids out of the forest. Did the caretaker draw this when he was a kid? It's weird, but these things feel kind of familiar. What was I doing when I was that age? I could barely remember. I wonder how long has the caretaker been living here? There's a collection of children's books. Cool. Look at them all. Look at all of the children's books. There's a bulletin board with Aozakawa Village's schedule of events. Wow, there's a lot of events like rice planting and festivals. So the festival's tomorrow. I wonder if it'll be at the shrine. Are these pictures from the festival? They're old and black and white. It's a photo of people praying at the festival. It's titled The Village Guardian's Prayer. We probably should figure out who the next village guardian is, huh? Before it's too late. There's a picture of a young man. And it says, Keiichiro Kanzaki. So this is a picture of my grandfather when he was young? Then maybe there's a picture with my dad's name on it. I don't think there's one here. They're from many different years. On the bottom there's a warning. This photo belongs to the Asakawa Shrine. Writing on it or removing it is prohibited. If I go to the shrine, maybe I'll find more pictures. Might be able to find out more about my dad. There's someone at the door. That's a problem for a moment. In a moment. There could be things I could look at. See, look at, they were hiding this over here, huh? There's a small bottle with a pebble that glows bluish white inside. Give it to me. Give me the pebble. What do you want? I don't know. I can't read that. You know, Big Sis. Hey, you. What are you doing here? So, what was I gonna say? Are you by yourself? Where's your dad? I walked here all by myself. Well, that is not okay. I see you came here by yourself. Yeah. And, I can't read his writing. Oh. I think she's lost. This happened yesterday, too. Big Sis, let's play. You promised yesterday. I'll call the police. Eh? Yeah, good idea. Her family must be worried. Hey, what game you gonna play? Let's play together until someone comes to get you. Let's call it Read the Picture Book that was upstairs so you don't go into the forest. Really? Wow. And then... Are you? What's wrong? Over there. I hear a voice over there. A voice? From outside. I don't hear anything. I gotta go. Are you? Wait, where are you going? Saving? To the mountain? Okay. What's this rock? None may enter Mount Kinobori. Mount Kinobori. I wonder what its name means. Well, that sucks. Poor kid. I can't reach. I can't get through. Are you? Big Sis, you can't just run off like that. Even the side said that you can't go to the mountain. It's dangerous, so let's go home. But it's calling me from there. No, it's not. I don't hear anyone. But, look. It's right there. There's nothing there, so let's head back. I don't wanna. Big Sis, it's calling me. Stop. We're just going back to the archive. Might don't wanna. Aw, you wait. Are you? There you go, good job. Caught her. Koutoro! No, let me go. I wanted to go to the forest. She just keeps saying that. But I don't hear anything from the forest. This mountain is off limits, isn't it? It's dangerous. But it's calling me, come on. Koutoro? No, I'm not going home. Wait. Koutoro, you can't just pick up a kid and run. Hey, what are you doing with Ayuko? Jeez, and I slept so well last night. Huh? What are you mad for? I'm the one who should be mad. Why should I be... Oh. Why wouldn't I be mad to see you with my daughter while she's crying? You wanna go? I won't lose to you. All you people without parents are exactly the same. Please calm down. Your daughter is scared and crying. Are you? You'll be okay. Mama? I want my mama. Ayuko. Hey. Hey, wait. Koutoro? Please don't get the wrong idea. Koutoro was with Ayuko because she was lost. Humph. I want to punch this dude. Ayuko, Papa's sorry for yelling. Hey, Papa. Does that man not have a mama either? Just like me? Not just like you, Ayuko. You and him aren't Ayuko. I'm sure you have your reasons, but, please be more careful about what you say. Ayuko, let's go home. Grandma's looking for you too. Ayu, your family's worried about you. I hope Ayu will be okay. First yesterday, now today. I wonder what's going on. Terrible parenting. That's what it's going on. Very, very bad. Of course she wants to see her mom. She's even younger than me. I'm sure she's even more lonely too. I should tell Officer Mochizuki about Ayu. And just to be safe, I should go tell him in person. Well, considering how it's the 90s, what would be the alternative? Sending him a letter? I want to go see this. What do you mean no? Don't tell me no. I want to go that way. This way? No. Alright. That's Officer Mochizuki's bicycle. Maybe he's at the shrine. Let's take his bike. When he's on patrol, it's getting pretty worn down. Officer Mochizuki. Look at them all. I said there's a crack in the stone that wasn't there this morning. That's why we thought it might be someone who was doing the festival preparations. Yeah, we gotta find out who did this. Don't get so heated up about it. This is why the elders are always so suspicious. How did the firefighter end up injured? We can't have people going on with some witch hunt. So we talked about saying that we were all responsible. Then we all got into a scuffle. And did anyone come forward? No, of course no one's gonna come forward. That's why we started saying that it didn't matter who did it. No, you can't just do that. That's why you got into a fight. You foolish youngins, you don't even fear the forest. The Guardian's gone. And now the stone's cracked? This is a thing to be feared. Gods, save us. God save us. So there was a fight. I'm glad it's over now. It sounded a little scary. Oh, it's you. I see, so that's what happened. Sorry I couldn't get to the archive. I was sure Miyako was just up to no good again. Eh? Didn't Koutoro contact you? Oh, yeah, but Kotoro's calls are always just silence. But I did think a call during opening hours was strange. Hold on. If that call wasn't Miyako, where is she? Is Miko missing again? Yep, she is. If you find her, would you let me know? Yes, of course. Oh, right. I may be able to look around the shrine now. You want to look around the shrine? Yes, actually, there might be pictures of my family in there. I see. That's great. But everyone's kind of on edge now, so you might want to steer clear. And the door to the main shrine building is locked. Oh, it is? Now what should I do? Well, no one owns the shrine. The villagers take turns managing it. Now, whose turn was it this month? I don't remember which villager has the key right now. I'll look it up later, and I'll let you know. I'm gonna go talk to physically every single person in the entire village until I find it. Really? Thank you. I'm sure Officer Mochizuki's busy. I should ask around the village too. Oh, we actually literally are. Cool. Wonder if I can catch more fish today. I'm secretly hoping we find some eel. Ow, that hurts. This is just a scratch. Don't cry over disinfectant. You're the one who's crazy for calling me over a wound that'll just heal itself. Be nice, would ya? This is why they call you a quack. What, you? Ow, I said be nice. I'm pretty sure all wounds heal themselves. Sorry to be that guy right now. This may look like a normal shrine, but it is a place to be feared. That cat still has the stamp. The village's precious festival has been held here for hundreds of years. They enshrine the protective stone and come to pray to the guardian. But that guardian disappeared a few years back, and now some foolish young person went and cracked the stone. Who did such a cursed thing? Terrifying. The key? I don't know. It was probably him. Just bust it open. Literally combat kick. You? This is awful. Of course I know how important the village folktale is, and I think most villagers really do believe in it. But the elderly villagers are even more frightened of it. The younger people and council members always say you're overreacting. But saying that to the elderly doesn't do much good. They don't listen. That's why I can't just come forward and say I did it. If I do, I'll just end up being ostracized. The village folktale is scary too, but that's even scarier to me. Oh, the key. Who's in charge this month again? These people are so talkative. Whoa, wait a minute. Why is that gone? What are you just looking up there for? People aren't allowed back there. So who on earth did it? I really don't think I could have cracked like that naturally. But I also don't think a person could simply make it crack like that either. I mean, the stone's cracked all the way through. It's kind of creepy. Key? It's coming down. Coming down. When it does, it'll take children back into its belly. He's mumbling something. Say it again. Oh, that is creepy. In the village, there's a terrifying folktale about rainy days. This shrine is here to protect the village from that terror. Most younger villagers don't know, but on rainy days, long ago, many people... No, I think I'll stop there. Just talking about it's terrifying. But some young villagers think it happened eons ago. Typical young people these days have no sense of fear. Key to the main building? Why are you even looking for that? Well, anyway, I don't need it for today, so I don't know. You really not going to give it to me if you have it? What do you mean? Give it to me. Give it. I heard the sacred stones back here shine a little bit on rainy nights. But this village never holds a festival in the rain. Villagers hardly even go outside on rainy days in the first place. I doubt most people have ever seen it shine. And now it's cracked, too. Nothing like this has ever happened. Oh, the key to the main building? I don't know. I didn't need to use it today. Maybe they just pass it around. There's a large crack in the stone. That sucks. This crack wasn't here yesterday. By the way, you seem a little more cheerful. Do I really? Aw, that makes me feel better. I've only been dealing with grumpy old men since this morning. Kind of in comparison. Can I borrow your bike? Feels like it would be fun. That scared me. Was that my pager? What are you doing? No, it might be from Koutoro. Come back to the archive. Wonder if something's wrong. Bring some snacks too. What? Snacks? He burned his egg, didn't he? He sent some pretty strange messages. But he went all this way out to message me. I should reply to him. I need a payphone to reply. I think it was this way. Alright, I should reply to the message. First I'll say, okay. And I should ask, sweet, spicy, crunchy, soft. Okay, I'll send this. Now when he responds, I'll know what snacks to get. Alright, well, I hope that that's not important. For us to pick the right, the thing for snacks. I want to talk to people. Ryu. I don't remember you from yesterday. You're pestering me every day about getting married, Grandpa. And I don't want anyone from this village. If we can't find anyone today, promise you'll stop. You're of age now. Hurry up and marry a good man. Ugh, you do this every day. I don't want to. I'll introduce you to someone. I like playing matchmaker. People don't do that anymore. Just you old people from the countryside. But, okay, Grandpa. But if we can't find anyone today, promise you'll stop. Yosh, leave it to me. It's time to match up the final couple of my life. What are you planning on doing about your work in the paddy? Or, if I slack off, your grandma will get mad. I know. Could you bring some young men around here for us? You're young and cute, so, I'm sure you can easily get the young men in the village to follow you. I entrust this final matchup to you. Matchmaking request received. Are you serious right now, Grandpa? It's still early, but as matchmaker, I should get my wedding clothes ready. I wonder. I don't think I saw any catches in this village either. They were just a bunch of old dudes. Ishiarai river is so beautiful every day. This is a river that was used long ago to wash luminous stones from the mines. That's why it was named Stone Washing River. The mines are back near the forest, but it's been abandoned and is now off limits. Luminous stones are truly sacred, you see, but the village mascot, Lumaluk, is cute, but its mere existence is a complete mockery. Well, isn't that just the case with every Chan-type mascot? Alright, boys. Get ready. Are we really going after these guys? They were busy, weren't they? You. By the way, okay. You make you sound like an old man. What? Try matchmaking. Dude, no. Okay, thank God. You're young. So we're looking for a key and we're doing matchmaking? Try matchmaking. I have a girlfriend in the next village, so no thanks. Rude. I'm getting married soon. She'd get mad if I cheated on her with you. Oh, you're not talking about you? What? I feel like I want to get that little kid a mom. IU? Maybe we can find her dad somewhere. What, are you looking for a man or something? Sorry, but I'm not really interested in arranged marriage. Are they just all gonna tell me no? What a downer. Oh, I got a response. Sweet. Wow, so he likes sweet things. But since I got a reply, I can buy snacks at the store anytime. There's no way, right? I'd like her to do the waiting for once. You're quite the big eater for a young girl. I can't believe you picked every wild veggie in the village. But a young person like you having a big appetite is a good thing. Wasn't I supposed to? Ah, not again. He's barely doing any climbing. On most days, he just leaves me behind and climbs all the way himself. When will we be able to look at these flowers together? The shrine is too busy today with preparations for the festival. Guess my only choice is to hang out here. Now that I think about it, I can smell that very particular disinfectant-like hospital smell. Where are the Otakos at? You don't know a thing about fishing. Excuse me, fishing genius coming in. Seriously, nothing amazing like the big Azakawa even exists. The best this place has is small carp. I'm not joking around, I swear I've seen it. My old master hooked it right in this very spot. You can't prove that. Who's gonna believe that crap? Save the nonsense for after you hook something big. Just because you always catch bigger fish than me. Fine, I'll show you. I'll catch the big Azakawa. But I really have no luck with fishing. Hey, you fish too, don't you? If you catch the big Azakawa, will you let me know? Absolutely. What's the big Azakawa? How do you not know it's the biggest fish in this lake? Pulling up a big strong fish that seems impossible with your own rod. There's nothing cooler than that. It's every fisherman's dream. True. My master caught the thing all on his own. He was a kid at the time, but he prioritized his dream over homework. But I can't do much if people keep saying that fish doesn't even exist. That's why I need to prove that the big Azakawa exists. I'm counting on you, and I sense you've got real talent. I will. Now that I have two things I'm doing. Let me get my present. Let me talk to this guy. You look like you need a girlfriend. This lunch is no good. I'm actually pretty picky about food. This restaurant's food is kind of plain, but I really enjoy it. Hey there, handsome. What? Me? Well, I guess I'll go check it out. I'm pretty picky about food and people. There you go. Fluffier? Why someone like that? Grandpa, you can't judge based off of looks or first impressions. That's true. I shouldn't judge. I see you wandering around the village. What's your job? My parents own an apartment building in the city. So I'm just enjoying life with the rent we get from tenants. Oh my, is that so? How wonderful. I'm sorry, but can I go home now? You're just not my type. Well, excuse me. Who wants a freeter like you anyway? I think I upset her. But I thought it was better than lying. Dude? Girl, you should have put on your stuff. You could have had an easy life. This lunch is so good. Wait, we already tried matchmaking. It didn't work. What happens if we do it again? No thanks. Okay. That would be very funny if it had multiple scenes. We could just bring the same guy. No, come on. Look at him again. Look at them. Sorry, this lake really is a boring place. I doubt the big Azakawa even exists. I've never seen a shadow that big. Fishing in the mountain streams might even be more fun than this. There's salmon, trout, but it's harder to catch fish up there. Try matchmaking? Sorry, I'm married. Ah, tragedy. Today's the day I catch the big Azakawa. Oh, I got something. Oh, I think this is it. This is that Lumaluk doll that the town hall made, right? What? I don't have time for that. Perhaps it will be cloudy tomorrow. It better not be. There are lots of rivers and lakes in the area, so we have to rough with floods every year. Oh my, did you complete the stamp rally? You're the first person I've seen complete it. I never thought anyone would actually do it. I guess even the town hall has some good ideas sometimes. You're really amazing though. You actually went all over our village. Here's your award. Hell yes. Absolutely worth it. I am immediately going to do it. The stamp rally was actually kind of fun. I'll say. Well, time to fish. Hell yeah, pond loach. Oh my god, I actually see the giant fish. No way. Come here, come on. Fate is on my side. Come here. Look at it, it wants my fish. Dude? No way. That little fish had better not take the bait. Oh, so close. Okay, so that's what happens when you don't pull it up. That's funny. A dark sleeper. Alright, well hopefully we get some more bait to try because I feel like there's a chance. Why did it say that we could fish from here? We'll keep looking. Wish they'd build a big supermarket or convenience store in this village. I mean, there's one in the next village that's just so unfair. I say next village, but there are 2 mountains between here and there. An arranged marriage. I guess I am making things difficult by liking city girls too much. Yeah, I should give it a try with a girl from the village. Hello there. Today's an auspicious day. I'm not so sure. You try and act young, but you're pretty old, aren't you? I don't want a man who's too old. Hey. Well, why not? Age is important. You're right. I'll just go then. Sorry. I prefer someone cuter and fluffier, the type you want to take care of. Yikes, dude. I'm not trying a second time. Oh, cuter and fluffier, huh? Whoa. So, about the food stall for the festival this year. What, didn't we already decide what the main stall would be? Well, my husband was hospitalized yesterday. Really? No, I'm sorry to hear that. But now who will be our cook this year? We're all busy ourselves, and my husband can't cook. Right, not to mention there aren't many women helping either. Are there any other men in the village who are good at cooking? I got just the guy. Were you eavesdropping? If you have time for that, then find a man in this village who can cook. Really? You'll find someone for us? Well then, please find us 3 potential cooks. Then we'll interview them all. So make sure to bring us good candidates. Oh my god. We are just bringing everybody here. One at a time, though. This river here is called Kuchinawa Creek. Any idea what Kuchinawa means? Apparently it means snake. But why would they name a normal small river like this one after a snake? Maybe because it whines? Sorry, I'm not good with cooking. Alright. Look here. This is the real thing. It doesn't shine but about. Worthless if it isn't mine. Oh, just run. Oh, I fell asleep. Dreamt about when I was a jeweler. What? Chef for a food stall? Yeah, I can make some pretty fancy dishes. I wouldn't mind making a special dish for everyone. Okay then. I'll go see those ladies later. You'll see them now. Oh. Well, that was easy. No interviews, I guess, for that one. Okay, snacks. Hello? Oh my. Me? Is that you? It's been so long. I'm glad you look so well. But I'm so sorry. I'm about to go to the clinic. Oh? Where was I going again? Oh, you were going to the clinic. Ah, yes, that's right, thank you. Oh, me, it's been so long. I'll take you to the clinic. Oh, me, you're so sweet. Okay then, let's go. You were gonna sell me stuff at the store first though, right? But are you sure you don't mind taking me? A girl your age would rather go play somewhere, right? This time she thinks I'm a kid. Of course it's okay. Well, if you do want to play, you can go do that first. Granny can play with you if you want. We can play tag, go fishing, or whatever else you want. Fishing? Ah, you're so kind. When I play, I'll come straight to you. Fishing? Fishing tickets? Please do, there's no need to rush. What happens if I take you fishing? What happens? You're gonna give me like sage advice about fishing? I remember when I was a little girl, I dropped my goldfish off here. It became 7 feet tall. Fishing? Want to try? Granny will teach you. Oh, and I'm fishing tickets. Are you serious? That this was a... Oh my god. This was a moment that could be potentially missed? Getting lessons from Granny? What? That's a cat. You've got to bring a real suitor. How did you know? This one's so cute. Yes, I'm sure he's exactly what I'm looking for right now. Hey, wait. That means the matchmaking is complete. Thank you for bringing him. We'll be happy together. I'm not really sure how I feel, but just look how happy she is. Thanks for all your help. Here's a little something from me. Well then, I'm kind of in the middle of redoing something and accidentally clicked that, but okay. Granny will teach you. Well, oh, we'll watch you. Hell yeah. Ah, yes, that's right. Granny has a piece of this special bait. What? If you use it, you can catch some rare fish. I'll let you have it, young lady. Wow, thank you. What the f... Granny's super secret fishing bait obtained. Oh my god. Whoa! I caught the big Azakawa. Hell yeah, Granny. You're amazing. That's so big. It may as well be the big Azakawa. That's crazy. It's all thanks to Granny. I didn't even think there were even fish that big in this lake. Oh my, you certainly caught a nice fish. How about that? Just like I said, right? That is pretty amazing. I should have been fishing more seriously here too. I'm just sad I wasn't the one to catch it. Yeah, I bet. Well, what are you talking like that for? Huh? Well, I'll admit the big Azakawa really did exist, but the one that caught it was the girl, right? True. That makes our race a draw. We've got to get better at fishing so we don't lose to this girl. He's right. You're the one who's amazing for catching the big Azakawa. You've really got a knack for fishing. You remind me of our old master. Our master and now you. Now I have another fisherman to look up to. We'll catch the big Azakawa someday too. Here, take this as a thanks for motivating us. Fishing passes? Hell yes! Alright, time to return the big... No, I'm gonna eat it! What a sweet girl. I put the big Azakawa back in the water, and it swam away frantically. Resolved to catch the big Azakawa. The new star of fishing has been added to the bookmarks. Oh, we're gonna be fishing a long time. I got a goby. More. Oh, I don't have any fishing tickets. Dang it. Alright, let's drop you off at the clinic. Unless there was some other game that we were gonna play, I can't remember. How about you? I won't be of any help. Well, you didn't even try, either. Grandma, I'm just gonna take you flipping everywhere. What about here? By the way, okay. That's the day of the festival, so I'll be busy patrolling. Can't, too busy preparing. Come on, dude. Grandma, I hope you were ready for a walk. How much food would I have to make? I don't think I've got it in me. What a pathetic, come on. I can only do physical labor. Oh, yes. I'm in charge of the food stall. I won't have to prepare the shrine. Please, let me do it. I'll figure out something for the food. That's two. That sounds impossible for an old man with a cane like me. Come on. Oh, we can literally go inside? So that's why you brought that old lady here. She's really starting to lose it. She doesn't even need to, but she comes here every day. Oh, I see. Still, if she gets lost, it'll be my problem. My, what an adorable young lady. Oh, don't do that. She's the one who brought you here. Ah, that's right, she did, thank you. I'll give you some candy in return, don't forget to share it now. Receipt of a lot of hard blue candy? Hell yeah. Wow, they're so pretty, thank you. These candies are the same color as the stones they used to be mined in the village. Oh, the luminous stones? That's them. You sure know a lot for someone so young. Don't try eating the real thing, just hold on to them tightly. But you shouldn't look at them for too long either. Don't forget that. Ma'am, just let the girl go home. Oh, sorry. You just look so much like me. It's okay. Well, I'll be on my way then. Okay, thanks. You look a little better than yesterday. What are you planning on doing today? Well, I found a place connected to my dad, so I want to go there. Did you now? You don't have to rush it so much. Well, I guess walking around is better than staying cooped up in the archive. Yes, I think so too. Oh, that's right. Do you know who has the key to the shrine right now? No, I can't say that I do. Oh, alright. Can you cook? I didn't buy any snacks, but I did get some candy. They really are beautiful blue candies. Candy is a snack too. I think Koutoro will eat them. Sure, everyone's waiting. I was not done. What the hell do you mean? A food stall chef. Well, sure, why not? I'm the only one with refined taste in this area anyway. Alright, we will now begin the interview to determine the best candidate for food stall chef. I'll ask question number 1. How are your cooking skills? I'll go first. On my days off, I make beef stroganoff or homemade soba for my family. Recently, I simmered a beef stroganoff for 8 hours. I'm next. I don't look it, but I'm a foodie. When I go into the city, I go to all the places in the magazines. As for my taste, I know I won't lose to anyone. Well, I live alone, so I'm not interested in cooking at all. I use vegetables I get from my neighbors to cook random sauces, and boil leftovers to eat it with sauce. That's about it. Okay, thank you. On to the question number 2. Would you mind telling me how your sink looks when you're done cooking? Well, the kitchen gets dirty from all the scattered onion peelings. When I'm done cooking, I just close the door so no one can see. When you put a look of effort into cooking, of course you want to feel fancy eating it too. Huh? What's a sink? I don't really like housework, so I always clean up and do the dishes while I'm cooking. It's a pain. I put veggies on rice and keep everything on one plate. I'm a bit lazy. So, who do you think would be the best for the festival, chef? I feel like it's probably the man from the studio. He does say that he's a foodie, but I didn't get any feeling that he would actually make good food. I'm thinking middleman. Oh no, dear, you have to think of the stall. We can't have him simmering something for 8 hours at a busy food stall. And he leaves all the cleaning for after. Therefore, the chef will be the man in the work clothes. Flavor is important, but a food stall turnover and efficiency is what matter. We definitely need someone who will clean up while cooking. Hooray. No, I don't have to go through anything scary. Boo. Now we have that all figured out. And thank you so much for gathering chef candidates for us. I guess men in this village really do prefer young girls from the city. Oh, before I forget, take this fishing ticket. Hell yes. Okay, let's try long-haired dude. Sure, he may be a foodie, but he's just a foodie. That has nothing to do with whether or not he can cook. He doesn't even know what a sink is. Preposterous. Therefore, the chef will be the man in the work clothes. Flavor is important, but for a food stall, turnover and efficiency are what matter. We definitely need someone who can clean up while cooking. Hooray, now I don't have to go through anything scary. Dude, the man in work clothes, come on. Oh yes, we were thinking the same person. Therefore, the chef will be the man in the work clothes. Wow, what a surprise. Okay, more fishing. Hell yes. Granny, our time together is not over. The flavor doesn't matter. I guess that's how it is for people who eat at food stalls. Okay, I hurried back as fast as I could. I'm sure everyone's waiting. Oh boy, I hope people are ready for some fish, because I sure got some. Again. You wanted some candy, huh? That lost girl made it home safely. And I got your message on my pager, but I couldn't buy any sweets. I was given some candy, though. Are these okay with you? Oh, is candy not what you wanted? What are you talking about? Huh? But you messaged me to, It said come back to the archive, didn't it? Miko, so you were in the archive. I'm the one who sent the pager message. Huh? The caretaker doesn't even know how to use a pager. So I sent that as an example when I was teaching him. So that's why you were making a strange face. Then Miko, did you need something from me? Not really. I was just wondering what you were wandering around for. Oh, Miko, do you want some sweets? Why don't you and the caretaker just eat them yourselves? She's gone. What have you been doing in the village since yesterday? Oh, yeah, I wanted to find information about my parents outside the archive. Don't do anything that makes you stand out. I didn't plan on doing anything like that. I can't have your presence causing rumors. You manage this place, right? Do you know anything about my parents? Nothing. I really feel like you don't trust me, but I don't understand why you banned things without telling me why. I'm sure you don't want to, but I want you to tell me why. I said no. Miko? Who's she arguing with? Miyako, you're skipping school again. Come on, let's go back. No. Hey, do you know why you're not fitting in at school? Your classmates tell me you always say weird things. I hear voices. I don't want to go that way. Are you saying you see ghosts or something? I guess kids do have phases like this growing up. But you should stop being weird and try to fit in with the other kids. Why do I have to hear things like that from my teacher? I don't even care about being friends with the kids at school. Then you'll have to study hard like me and get into a school in the city. So all the more reason for you to go back to school. Or would you rather the kids at school keep treating you like the weird girl? You're from the school, right? I don't think that's a very nice thing to say, Shiori. It's you from yesterday. I see, so you and Miyako know each other. Miyako, a middle school student, shouldn't have older friends like this. Wait, you're not from the village, are you? Well, if it isn't Koutoro. You're still the caretaker of this place. I see, still not speaking, huh? Miyako, I don't want this place to be a bad influence on you. It won't be just school, you won't fit in anywhere in Hazakawa Village. So, what's the big deal about that? You really don't get it. If something happens to a person like you in this village, nobody will help you, they'll just abandon you. You'll be treated like an outcast for the rest of your life. Just like the caretaker here. What? Now do you understand, Miyako? So just stop this. Oh, Miyako, what's going on here? Officer Mochizuki. What's going on? I'm getting some, bad vibes here. Oh, sorry. I'm a trainee teacher at Miyako's school. I came to bring her back. All of you, just stop. Why do you insist on crawling around me like some leeches? I don't get it. Why can't you just let me be? Miko. Miyako. Hey, Koutoro. What are you trying to do? I'm sure you're worried about Miko, but being forceful like this won't get through to her. Excuse me, this has nothing to do with you. Koutoro, you get it, right? She needs to face reality and shape up before it's too late. Pardon me, you're the trainee teacher, right? Yes. I've received word from Miyako's parents. They said to bring her home if she was found. Her parents told you that? Yes, and as a trainee teacher, I'm sure you're very busy too. I'll take over from here. Could you let the school know? Alright. I understand. Oh, right. Hey, you. Yes? You shouldn't get too involved with this village. It's already gotten around that you took a Yuko out. That door sound is... Sorry. I couldn't just stand by and watch. I had to say something. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I couldn't keep quiet about that, teacher's attitude either. He was the one causing trouble for you too. No, it's, fine. And you tried to help Koutoro too. Thanks. Anyways, things just seem to have calmed down, but, it looks like Miyako has run off again. I doubt she'd listen to me if I tried to talk to her. Then I'll look for her. I don't want to leave her like that. Thanks. I know you're busy too. 3F balcony. Okay, I got it. Thanks, Koutoro. I think Miyako will listen to you. Sorry, but please try talking to her. I did. Where did he go? Koutoro, you always know where Miko is. Thank you for telling me. Miko? Just so you know, I'm not gonna jump or anything. Huh? Well, I guess you and the others don't really think I would anyway. So what do you want? Are you here to lecture me or console me? Miko here. Meh, what's this? Snacks. You're the one who sent me that message, right? Even if you give me this, it's not like I can eat it. I'm getting taken back to school. That's not true. That teacher already left. Why? Officer Mochizuki told him to go back to the school. But in his place, Officer Mochizuki's waiting in the lobby. What? Or are you all worried about me? You saw me getting in trouble and thought, oh, poor Miyako. Stay out of it. Just stay out of it. Nobody thinks that, but, if you feel that way. I'm really sorry. You don't have to apologize. I was just venting. You don't have to apologize like that. Yeah, apologizing might be a habit of mine. You should fix that. It makes me feel awkward. Yeah, I gotta work on it. I'm like this so I don't fit in, at school, at home, or in the village. Does your family ever say anything? Sometimes my dad's the village mayor, so we have to worry about appearances. But, my mom and dad think I'm too much to handle. Even I think I have a weird and ugly personality. But that's not something I can just fix overnight. Miko. So, you don't know what you should do. But we might be the same. The same? How? You decided to come to this village yourself, didn't you? Your parents died and you decided that yourself. We're not the same. No. My parents died suddenly and I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know what to do, so I came to this village. You said your parents passed away in an accident, right? Yeah. The day they passed was my birthday. I went to the hospital, but it was already too late. The only thing that was left was my mangled up present. My parents had gone out to get a present for me. That's what pains me the most because of me, my parents. It's all my fault. Are you kidding me? There's no way any of that was your fault, Shiori. It's not. Of course it isn't. I guess I'm not making any sense. I'm really sorry, Miko. Why are you apologizing? I'm sorry. So that's why you came to Asakawa Village, huh? Hey, Shiori. What is it, Miko? Nothing. This is all starting to feel kinda dumb. Yeah? You can go home if you want. Officer Mochizuki's waiting downstairs, isn't he? Yep. Scooting around. Miko was on the balcony just like you said she was. Thanks to you, I was able to talk to her. What? How did the caretaker know I would be there? Do these two get along better than I thought? Oh! Well, this is a surprise. You're actually listening today. Aw, cut it out. That's what I don't like about you. I spoke too soon. It's the same old Miyako. Well, whatever. By the way, you two haven't had lunch yet, right? Let's have a light meal by the lake. Oh, I'd love to. I've been wanting to eat there. What about Koutoro? I invited him, but he said no. Should a police officer really be doing this? Well, criminals need to eat too, right? Criminals? What are you talking about? Are you saying I'm a criminal? You run away like a fugitive, don't you? That sounds like something an old man would say. Miko. Just forget it. Come on, let's go. Free food, hell yeah. Wow, this is delicious. There's some veggies I've never seen before. How interesting. A lot of dishes here use river fish and mountain veggies. Might seem new to people from the city like you two, but it's just plain old country food, and why river fish at the lake? This city has a bunch more trendy places to eat, doesn't it? Personally, I prefer our laxatives here over that trendy stuff. But it's so inconvenient, this is the only place to eat in the village. You both get way too excited about the countryside. But you can't get fresh mountain veggies in the city. Oh, that reminds me. There's something I wanted to ask. Are eggs in Azakawa Village black? Black eggs? What are you talking about? Koutoro was eating some. I have no idea. Why don't you ask him? I wonder if he'll actually tell you. He's not very good at communicating. Oh, what about you, Miyako? Oh, shut up. We're not talking about me. You're different from him. You're kinder and more cheerful. You shouldn't be afraid to be more forceful sometimes. Miko, thank you. I think you're kind too. Cut it out. Don't say sappy things like that. As thanks, I'll give you a bowl of these rare, twirly veggies. What? I don't want those. And those veggies aren't rare. Oh, don't mind taking those instead. Hey, don't just take them. I'm not gonna share them with you. See you later, Miko. And thank you, Officer Mochizuki. Thank you, too. Oh, right. About the key to the shrine. The person in charge this week is the old lady from the shop. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Oh, that just reminded me. What is it? About those candies you gave me. I found this in the bag. A key? The old lady probably put it in there by mistake. Knowing her, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll give it back to her when I ask about the shrine. That was kind of fun. Now I should go return this key to the old lady. Well, I could do that. Did I ever talk to the egg guy? Completely forgot. Hopefully he's still around. Listen to this, our chickens laid a rare kind of egg today. This doesn't happen every day, so would you care for some of our eggs? Alright. Maybe it's those black eggs I saw this morning. Sure, I was just about to let the chickens out. Oh no! The chickens got excited and ran away. I guess they're scared since you're a stranger. Man, scared enough to jump over a fence? Could you please go get our chickens back? These old legs aren't up for chasing them down. There are 7 adult chickens and 1 chick, so 8 total to catch. I'll collect the eggs while you take care of that. No problem. Huh? The old lady doesn't seem to be at the store. What should I do with this key? Main shrine building on the key. What? This is the key to the shrine. I have to find the old lady and get permission to use the key. If I were a chicken, where would I have run? The old lady wouldn't be this close by. Where does she go? Oh, there's people at the shrine. I'll ask them. Alright, maybe she's still at the clinic. Oh, wait. No, the old lady, she already went home. She wasn't at the store? That old lady, she's always wandering off. Even I don't know where she went. Uh-oh. There we go. I caught all the chickens. I'll bring them back to the old man. She's so happy with her cat. I forget all about men. Understandable. Is this really okay? I guess this might be what makes girls these days happy. I think that's always what makes girls happy. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Need some eggs first. You're carrying all of the chickens right now, Shiori? Oh, thank you, we got our chickens back. Here, these eggs are for you. There's some rare ones in there today. Boil them and eat them while they're still fresh. Wow. These are those black eggs I saw. I can't wait to try them. They tasted great, but they're normal flavored? Of course they are. Black eggs would be terrifying. When I said rare, I meant they're big. You're a little too adventurous. Here, I'll give you this too. Fishing ticket? Oh, hell yeah. More fishing tickets. I'm done with work for the day. Boy, am I tired. The old lady, no, I haven't seen her. I still can't find her. Maybe I should check the store again. No, trust me, this lot is a great idea. It's in this small village, but look at all this greenery. The greenery is so beautiful. There's so much greenery. The greenery is... Oh man. I can't think of any other perks besides all the greenery around. If I can't sell this land, I won't reach my company's quota. Oh, I know. You. Can you ask around in the village? Come on, just a few people is fine. I want some stories for the villagers about this plot for my sales pitch. If you could ask older people, it'd be even more persuasive. And good information can come from unexpected sources. Excuse me. Ma'am, are you here? Huh. Where'd she go? A food stall chef. Am I really a good fit for that? Today I'll go home early and get prepared. Mount Kinobori and Azakawa Shrine are all that my scary stories I need. No, that reminds me, I know an interesting story about that lot. Every house that's ever been there has been infested by termites. Termites are terrifying. They'll eat up the home support beams. Well, maybe we should actually say that. I bet termites pass through that lot every year. Oh, my, there's someone who wants to buy that lot? Huh? You're looking for anecdotes to help sell it. Well, until just recently, that lot it was 4 times the price it is now. Well, until just recently, that lot was 4 times... Oh, okay, so it's cheaper now. Since the bubble burst, you can buy it for cheap. I think it's a good deal. Still, you're looking to sell it? You're not some CEO here to turn land over, are you? Bubble anecdote? Oh, that empty lot? Oh, yes, there was a rumor going around about that lot years back. When putting the water pipes in, they found a hot spring underground. But they wanted to keep putting the pipes in, so they covered it back up. I'm sure it's just a rumor, though. Well, that is an interesting rumor. She's really got a strong back and strong legs. Who are you talking about? Your cow? Oh, but the price might go up there pretty soon. I heard town hall's looking to develop part of the mountain, but some people are against it, so I don't know how well it's gonna go. If they do it, the price of the land will go up for the whole village. I know a bit about real estate. Why are you asking about real estate? Do you run a business or something? Hey, thanks. These stories all sound great. Now then, allow me to explain. Just hurry up already. I've got to go back to town after this. Of course, once you hear about this story, I'm sure you'll want to buy it. Come on, give me something. Hot spring antidote. Now that is a valuable sound. In the past, they once found a hot spring on this land. Wait, really? Is that true? But the workers thought it was only trouble and covered it back up. That sounds pretty fishy to me, but you know, that's exactly the kind of stuff I like. There's potential in that. Makes even this old village sound appealing to me. Alright, I've decided. Let's get on with the paperwork. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you too. You could be a successful saleswoman. Take this as a thank you from me. Fishing passes? Yes! More fish. Oh yes! An eel! Now that's what I'm talking about. More. Dang it. Why does it have to be based off of tickets? Can't look at it. Can't look at it. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I've gotten so many. Goby. Often used in pet food when they are still young. Form large schools and are great for beginner fishermen. High-class fish for tempura, grilled and dried for being made into New Year's soup. Traditionally easy to raise in nearby ponds. Well known as the source of legend of many countries. Source of legend. Huh. Great as chilled... what is that? Oh, sashimi! Boiled in soy sauce or in miso soup. A very popular mountain stream fish, readily grabs onto bait and is easy to catch. Delicious white fish for grilling or frying. Also great eaten whole with sake poured over it. My favorite. Traditionally eaten in Japan. High class during the Edo period and rarely eaten. It's usually eaten grilled, liver soup, frying the bones, or parboiling are also possible. Large freshwater fish that is cultivated around the world has a very beautiful name. Rainbow trout. I want to eat it. It's usually eaten grilled. Superb freshwater fish for menui rai, and sashimi. Yum. Did I get all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Missing 3. Hopefully we can get them later. I'm not gonna cry if I don't get all of the fish though. I hope Koutoro brought a big appetite. Probably should have told that guy about the termites. Feels a little underhanded. But that's okay. Not everything can be your problem, you know? When she shakes her head like that, it reminds me of Yume Nikki. Huh, alright. Let's go check on Granny here. Hopefully she's doing okay. She really isn't here. What am I gonna do? I can't just leave the key here. We'll just take it with us. Before we open that, did they... Okay, good, they did put it back. You know, while they were there, it seems like they probably could have replaced that with something nicer. I'm inside. Now what? It's dusty and pretty dark. Huh. It's full of old and dust-ridden books. There is said to be an old forgotten shrine deep in the forest. Many, many years ago, another god was enshrined on this mountain and land. In those times, female dolls were offered as sacrifice in times of disasters, such as floods and landslides. But these are all ancient folk tales, and there are hardly any records left. All we know is that it was called Kaga Shrine. Since the forest is off limits now, I don't think anyone even knows about it. Wow, so there's another old shrine on the mountain. Asakawa Village's history has a lot of scary stories. On the wall, there's an old photo of a festival titled The Village Guardian's Prayer. He's a little younger, but that's Dad. And on this date, my parents were already married. I wonder if there's a picture of Mom in here somewhere. Not a single one, so the village guardian is a man. The prayer of the village guardian quells the taking spirit, calamities, the despair of orphans, and the despair of parents. Pray for the souls of orphans. Forget the impurity of the forest. A ceremony to forgive all. Performed by the Kanzaki heir. I never knew that he did that. Why didn't Dad tell me? It's full of old and dust-ridden books. Names and dates, there are so many. July 1917. Shige Tanoe 6, Jiro Nakano 9, Fumiko Kawashita. Oh my, are these children? The last person's name is blacked out. What's going on? This is a little scary. It's full of old and dust-ridden books. From the moment the girl who became the taking spirit was born, she caused disaster. During her life, she ravaged the fields and forest and trifled with the hearts of men in the village. Finally, she had her husband steal the rice for the village's annual tax and sell it. A wicked deed that made our poor village suffer. She was then imprisoned in a hellish prison deep in the forest and executed. But even death did not silence her wickedness. Now a demon, she devoured children of the village. She must have been upset that she didn't have a child of her own. The good-natured, naive villagers could do nothing but fear her. Then appeared a man who came to be known as the village guardian. With his strong sense of duty, he found a luminous stone and saved the village. Still, children who do not obey village rules disappear into the forest. And after they disappear, they call upon other children to follow them. The grief and anger of a parent who lost their child is immeasurable. Azakawa Shrine was built to soothe and calm the hearts of villagers. When I saw the picture book in the archive, I thought it was a fairy tale. But this might have actually happened. There's a small stone on the altar shining a bluish white. The luminous stone enshrined here is extremely precious. Since ancient times, stones have been said to absorb the hearts and souls of people. Luminous stones absorb people's hearts and wishes. It can also erase all their sadness, regret, and hatred. This is said to be connected to purifying souls from pain and hatred. Perhaps due to their purifying powers, these stones may also help one in forgetting. Things as sacred as these stones must never be treated lightly. During festivals, the village guardian will take the stone into the forest alone. This is because prayer is not only done in shrines, but in the mountains as well. The only one who knows the sacred place of prayer is the village guardian. This is the origin of Mount Kinobori's name, meaning climbing the mountain to pray. Nowadays, people have forgotten its meaning. Oh, so that's what Kinobori means. Wonder why people forgot the meaning. No way, the door's unlocked. Hey, if someone's in there, come out right now. Oh, I'm in here. What? There was really someone in here. You're the girl I've been seeing around here lately. What'd you go in the main shrine building for? Sorry, I was looking for something. I went home and both my grandma and the shrine key were gone. Let me guess, you're the one who stole the key, aren't you? Grandma? Are you by chance related to the old lady at the store? Yeah, I've been searching for both her and for that key. Wait, you've got it all wrong, I didn't steal it. You know, unlike that Yokohama guy, I never left for the city, so I'm pretty lenient. But this is unbelievable. The key was in a bag of candy that she gave me. I was going to return it and ask if I could borrow it, except I couldn't find her either. But you're right. I did use it without asking. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're being honest or not, but you're doing something like this sure makes me want to believe those rumors. Rumors? Well, you were the one when we found... You were there when we found IU, so you know what happened. Yeah, but it ain't just that. Everyone's wondering about who you really are. Some young girl with no relatives just wandering around the village. Bet you're on the run or got dumped or looking for a place to die. I heard there's some girl abusing free tickets to fish at the lake. Uh-oh. Yikes. You're gathering wild veggies to sell, or she's asking every man in the village about marriage, or also taking a strange interest in the food for the festival, or maybe you want to buy everyone's land and turn the village into a resort. And you're not chasing those chickens around to steal, are you? Wow, everybody just is watching me all the time, huh? There's a bunch going around. What kind of rumors are those? It's pretty normal for the village to come up with stuff like that. I'm taking you to the cop. You can tell him everything. Oh, does that mean the crack in the stone was also, What? Hold on a second. I'll go to the police with you, but those rumors and that crack have nothing to do with me. Sorry. Guess that probably wasn't you. You don't gotta worry about the crack. But I bet that'll be a new rumor. You don't mind talking to the cop, yeah? Let's get going then. Now, cut that out, boy. Grandma, where were you? What terrible thing are you doing now? Poor me. Don't pick on her too much. But Grandma, she stole the key to the shrine. That's not true, ma'am. The key was, The key to the shrine? I put that key with your snacks, didn't I? Eh? Grandma? Like I said, I put it in the bag with all your candy. You're so forgetful, so that way you won't lose it. In a bag of candy? Really? I'm sorry, Mean. This boy's a bit of a scatterbrain. Could you find it in your heart to forgive him? He's always like this. He was mean to that Suga boy, too. Eh? Suga? Oh, come on, that was a long ago. Grandma, cut it out already. Will you let him play with your child again sometime, me? Grandma's starting to lose it. I'm gonna take her home, so hand over the key. After that, you're free to go. I'll do what Grandma says and leave it at that. Come on, Grandma, we're going home. Let me give you some advice for the village. Don't let them suspect you. The old lady helped me, but I'm so pathetic I can't believe I did that. I can't be surprised rumors are going around about me. Time to go back to the archive. Let's go play on the rock and make a giant crack. Make the crack bigger. They were right about me. I'm crazy. So, Miyako, this is where you were. School's already over. Don't you think skipping's a little unfair? You're just gonna go back to that archive, aren't you? So you're not going back home again? Is this your rebellious phase? Cat got your tongue, why aren't you saying anything? Now you're just like that caretaker. I guess weirdos do stick together. I'm only going there now because I have something to do. My family knows, so it's no big deal. Huh. You're always saying weird things, Miyako. If we went somewhere to play, you'd say, that's dangerous or that's creepy. You act like you can sense spirits, but you're nothing but a liar. You even lied about feeling sick in gym class and then disappeared. You're as pale as a ghost and your head's not on right. My head's on fine, thank you. Huh? Are you even sane? You're the ones who have screw loose. Excuse me, you shouldn't say things like that. Don't be so full of yourself just because you're kind of pretty. Wait a second, what are you arguing about? Who are you? Oh wait, are you her? The girl my mom and everyone's talking about. This has nothing to do with you. But I'm Miko's friend. Friend? You gotta be kidding. You're weird for someone your age. Have you guys never looked in a mirror before? You're nothing compared to Shiori. You're just ugly. Shut up, you liar. You shut up, ugly. Fix your face and personality. Being ugly on the inside makes you ugly on the outside, too. Miko? What's up with her calling us ugly? Wah. Come on, it's fine. Let's just ignore her and go home. Seriously, what's her problem? She's always been crazy. Miko, I know you're mad, but you went a little far. It hurts to be called ugly. So, girls like them deserve it. Shiori, are you taking their side? No, but, whatever. We have to hurry back to the archive. But, Miko, I thought you went home. My parents told me to go apologize. Hold on, let's go together. Hey, Miko, does that happen a lot? Those girls always have it out for me. I'm just in the way. Oh, that teacher this afternoon and those girls said it, but, Shiori, do you think I'm weird too? I don't care if you do, but I didn't lie. I know that. You're always so upfront about things, you know. So don't worry, I know. Okay. But I do think you also went too far. But that wasn't even about me. They were saying bad things about you. Oh, okay, so you were trying to defend me. That's not it. Well, no, I guess it is. Oh, come on. Thanks. But it was bound to happen with how I wander around the village so carelessly. My habit of apologizing only started after my parents died. I didn't want to bother anyone, and soon it became a habit. But now, I really am causing trouble. Me coming here in the first place was just my own selfish reasons. And back at the shrine, I just did something really embarrassing. Shiori. I just feel really pathetic right now. Shiori, maybe you're selfish or pathetic. I don't really know. But I think you're a really beautiful person. Oh, I'm not talking about what you look like or anything. You're a beautiful looking girl after all. Oh, come on, that's not what I'm talking about. Ah, sorry. And, Shiori. You don't have to apologize to me, huh? Just don't worry about it. Practice fixing your bad habit on me. Okay, sure. Thanks, Miko. I hope you like fish. Who are you? Jeez, he won't listen at all. I've tried to negotiate so many times. Visitors? Ah, excuse me. I'm just surprised anybody would actually use this archive. Was that person a visitor? He's a village official. I don't really like him. What was he doing here? Sorry for being late again today. What? Were you waiting for her? Miko has something to tell you. Don't you, Miko? Just so you know, my parents are making me say this. I'm sorry for all the trouble. Miko got scared and hid behind the bookcases. I don't think Koutoro heard her apology. Anyway, I think it's time to get ready for dinner. But since Miko's here, I'd like her to join us for dinner. Hey, Miko, do you want to have dinner? Hey, wait, what's wrong? My face is all red, so don't look, don't talk to me. But if I don't talk to her now, she won't get home until late. It might be a bit pushy, but I'll have to catch her. Oh my god, Miko, what the hell is happening? What? Miko, do you want to eat dinner with me? Huh? That's why you're grabbing onto me so tight? Sure, I guess, but you were chasing me like the caretaker does, so I was really scared. Oh, I dropped my stone. What stone? It was stuck in the pendulum of the clock in my parents' room. Oh, Koutoro. Do you want to have dinner with Miko and me? Please give that to me for just a moment. Eh? That's stone. It's an old luminous stone. It won't glow anymore, but I can polish the scratches off. Really? I didn't know you could do that, Koutoro. Please do. That's great, Shiori. So will you let me go? It's time for dinner, right? Oh, right, let's eat together. Wow, that's like a whole school of fish. I did catch a lot. Is it, too many? Huh? You caught all of these yourself? Holy crap, you might be the best in the whole village. But no way, you're exaggerating. But look at all this, it's a whole mountain of fish. And you were able to cook them all too. That's amazing. Really? Yeah, and it looks delicious too. Hey, Mr. Caretaker. Shiori's got real talent. But I doubt even the three of us can finish all this. Ha, let's eat already. Yeah, I'll have some. Iron Chef of Fish has been added to bookmarks. I think they were all saying itadakimasu instead. Hey Shiori, have you gotten used to the village yet? I suppose so, after walking around the past few days. So, you saw how boring this place is, right? Boring? I wouldn't say that. You don't think so. You really are a city girl. I forget it. I want to hear more about how fun city life is, Shiori. But I want to learn more about you, Miko. About me? Yeah, like what clothes you like, what you're good at, not so good at. I don't have anything to really brag about. As for my clothes, I don't like wearing anything that shows skin. Alright, you're always wearing long sleeves. I don't like getting sudden chills. That's why I hate gym class, because you have to wear shorts. I wish we could wear tracksuits year-round. That's true. You might be right there. What about PE itself? You're quite a fast runner, Miko. Just fast at running away. Running away? Oh, right. Is your attendance okay? It's compulsory education. It'll be fine. Tests are, well, they aren't that terrible. I see. You do at least study, huh? Sort of. So I wanted to ask you. How have you two spent the last 2 days? Oh well, I've been causing nothing but trouble for Koutoro. But I've been apologizing the whole time. What? Why? Have you been mean to Shiori this whole time, Mr. Caretaker? Come on, Miko, don't say. You should just be able to do whatever you want. It's because of you that this depressing archive is a little brighter. But it's even brighter with you here, Miko. It's been a long time since I've eaten dinner with people like this. It's just a lot of fun. Then let me tell you something interesting. Oh yeah? What? Mr. Caretaker always eats weird food. Oh, are you talking about the local dish? Local dish? Well anyway, have him make you some next time. Shiori, he just burnt the food. Well, I'm going home. Thanks for the meal. Are you sure you're okay by yourself? Maybe I shoulda. I don't need you to bring me home. I'm not a baby. I won't get lost like that kitty earlier either. Oh, that reminds me. This morning Wait, did she get lost again? She came to the archive today. It surprised me. The forest might be calling to her. Since the day before yesterday, the voice has been getting louder. Really? In that case, we should be careful. Yeah, that's probably best. Oh, right, Shiori. I found this on the balcony today. A key? It's a pretty small and old one. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's too small for a door. Maybe it's a key to a box somewhere in the archive. I thought it would be better to give it to you than the caretaker. Small old key obtained. Miko. Well, I think I'm gonna go home. Shiori, you put yourself first more. Shiori, tomorrow's the festival. Let's go together. Okay, we'll go together, Miko. A lot happened today. I got some things done on my own and got a feel for the village. It was fun, though a little scary. I guess it was pretty hectic today. But I think I want to learn more about Asakawa Village. I wonder, what's the village like at night? I too wonder what the village is like at night. Maybe I can get him to go with me. Go to the village at night. Of course I'm going to go to the village at night. Sounds like fun. Oh, it's a choice. Sayuri, I think Wait, Sayuri? I think I drank a bit too much. Huh? Was that Sayuri? You want a beer too? Huh? What's a young girl like you wandering around at night for? We've only got beer and Sayuri's milk here. Are you drunk? Do you live alone? You can't tell from looking. I live with my cow, Sayuri. Isn't that right, Sayuri? When's that look for? You may think I'm just an old man, but I had a wife once too. An adorable nurse I met at the hospital I worked at in the city. We were enjoying our lives in the city. But then I said I would run the clinic in Asakawa Village. I figured she was going to break up with me, but she looked at me with an adorable face and said, "Oh, are you proposing?" I was surprised and I went ahead and proposed on the spot. And so for a long time we ran this small clinic together. Then, I may be a doctor, but I can't save everyone. She passed on before me, and now Sayuri and I live here by ourselves. Now I'm starting to feel sad. You want a drink too? I'll even show you a picture of my wife. I couldn't keep going without a drink with my dinner. In reality, I'm not supposed to be a doctor at an old clinic in the country. I should have been a great doctor with my own practice in the city. Eh? Why am I practicing here, you ask? I'm running this clinic because I feel like I have to. My father originally opened this clinic because the village didn't have one. Doctors must help those in need, with or without a hospital or money. He was always saying that. That's what a remote clinic is. Wow, that sounds like nothing like real life. I didn't like that. He was a doctor, but still poor. So I went to medical school too, but I didn't choose the same path. I worked hard as a doctor in the city for a while. I was so rich back then. But then my father suddenly died. I came back for the first time in years, and all the villagers looked so sad. Of course they'd be worried. I don't think anybody else would have opened a clinic here. And that's the story of how I became the poor doctor of this village. Only Sayuri the cow and beer will hear my heart. Learning a little bit more about the doctor. Good man. Opening up a clinic. Just like his dad. Seems like a lot of people have kind of boomeranged back to this village for one reason or another. Wow, you are dedicated. Whoa, what are you doing out here in the middle of the night? You can't catch fish at night, it's not safe. Go home now. And what are you doing here? Whoa. I almost got caught releasing that black bass fry. What? Stop destroying the lake's ecosystem. I just did this on a whim. I thought it would show everyone the joy of fishing. I wanted to make this a paradise for fishermen like me. But I just came to my senses. This lake is allowing us to fish here. We must be grateful for nature's playgrounds. Thank you. I almost couldn't face my master. You might be the fisherman's goddess. Don't destroy ecosystems. Shiori, what are you doing here? You haven't gone home yet? Well, I got a feeling that Officer Mochizuki is in the station. If he finds me out at night, he'll escort me home. So I'm waiting until I feel less like he's gonna find me. But it's not going so well. Alright, Shiori. Want to kill time watching the fireflies? I don't really want to go alone. But if we go together, it might be more fun, of course. Look, fireflies. You can see them only for a short time in the summer. Wow. Never seen so many fireflies before. Asakawa Village really has a lot of wonderful places. Hey, Shiori, did you find anything today? Today, I looked around the shrine a little and took the old lady to the clinic. Ow. Don't you think the countryside is missing something? Is it? I don't think so. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't have near my house. But in the city there are cafes and bookstores everywhere, right? Well, yeah. Oh hey, when you were in high school, what did you do for fun? In high school? Well, after club meetings, I'd go get crepes with my friends. On weekends, I'd go do karaoke or go shopping for CDs or clothes. Wow, that's so cool. There's nothing like that here. What club were you in? Or, what kind of clubs are there? I was on the basketball team. I think there was also, tennis, baseball, soccer, band, art, theater, and some others. There's more than you can remember. My middle school only has baseball, tennis, this weird art and literature club called the Culture Club. What? Really? With so many clubs, nobody could keep track of where everybody was. So if I skipped school, I bet no one would even notice. If you skip, someone would definitely notice. But I guess they wouldn't be that concerned. That sounds nice. Would you prefer people to be less concerned? Depends on the person. True. Miko, you're so cool. Eh. You can be so honest sometimes. I really like that. You're the only one who says stuff like that to me. But you're much cooler than me, Shiori. The way you handled things these past few days was really amazing. If I'd been raised in the city, would I be as brave as you? Eh. I want to skip school to eat crepes like a cool city kid. Oh, there you go again. I don't think you'll notice if I go now. See you later, Shiori. Get back before you get scolded. Hee. Well, I can literally go in here? I was not expecting that. What you eatin'? Hey, what's wrong? It's the middle of the night. Me? I was just thinking of eating some dinner. Well, it'd be some instant noodles fit for my lonely life. Ask about Miyako. About Miyako? Well, I met her when she was first assigned here. Late one night, a tall young man came barging into the station, and next to him was a screaming middle school girl. That was Miyako. The tall young man was Koutoro. At first I had no idea what was going on. She was smaller than she is now, and he was holding her back. She was kind of like a cat ready to pounce. That same thing happened again and again. That's why I do my best to keep an eye on Miyako. Because of that, Koutoro can call me and not even say anything. Well, that's also why Miyako doesn't really care for me. I'm starting to get sick of my cup noodles. Has Koutoro started opening up to you? Not yet, huh? I see. I thought Koutoro was surprisingly open-minded, but he's a stickler for the rules. He actually never tells on Miyako if she's over there during the day. He may seem a little scary, but I think he's hiding a nice side. Also, he can be pretty easily pushed around. So if you just do whatever you want, I think he'll forgive you. Oh, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Me? Well, you might already know this, but I'm not from the village. This is tough. I don't know what else to say. I've just lived a pretty normal life. Don't have any fun stories. Why did I become a police officer? Well, actually, I have a lot of brothers. There are 5 of us. And I had to look after my younger brothers a lot. Breaking up fights, splitting snacks evenly. Thinking back on it, that might be why I became a police officer. This is a peaceful village, so I don't think anything big will happen. But I take my patrols very seriously. That's why Miyako stands out so much. She's not a bad kid, but I wish she'd be a little more honest. I think she's too honest. So, how are you doing? Oh, I just thought you seemed pretty courageous. I'm sure it's difficult losing your parents at your age. If it were me, I think I'd completely lose myself. You're a strong girl, but don't get tired from being too strong. At the station, you look like you had a lot on your mind. But now, you look a little more spirited. It's good that you got out of the city and came to this quiet village. And you being more spirited has also made Miyako seem happier. Actually, until you arrived, she was pretty depressed. Well, now she's at least back to normal enough to be rebellious again. Before, she wouldn't open up to anyone. So, I'm really glad that you're here to talk to her now. I think the world opened up a bit for her too. Koutoro and I just get on her nerves. I'm very grateful to you. Now, I just wish she wouldn't skip school so much. Understandable. She probably lives that way. Probably should have told the guy about the termites. I'm still feeling a little bad about that. Not that bad, just a tiny bit bad. Teeny little bit. We'll talk to you in a moment. Okay, we'll talk to you now. No, it's just you again. Didn't that old lady tell you already? You don't want to be standing out. But, sorry for threatening you at the shrine. How about I give you a smoke to make it up to you? What? You don't smoke? Well, whatever. There sure is a lot going on in the village lately. Even my old friends who came back to the village look all sad. Oh yeah, he left and came back. Right after middle school, he went and had a kid with some girl from the city. That guy can't do a thing, but he suddenly started talking so big. I'm gonna open a bar in the city and provide for my family. And he left the village like he was eloping or something. But that guy's just as useless as he looks. He just ended up working part-time at some chain bar for years. Eventually his wife cheated on him and ran off with the new guy. Wow. Because he had a hard time getting a job? What a... Small town guys always ended up losing. Must have been too hard to raise a kid in the city by himself. One day he just trudged back to the village with Ayuko. Now he's working nights and sleeps all day. Well, okay, I'm glad the mom's out of the picture if she's a scumbag. But I guess Ayuko always gets lost or something. Seems like he hasn't been sleeping, so he's always ticked off. He and I go drinking sometimes, but we always end up looking for his kid. Anyway, he acts the way he does, but I'm sure he loves his daughter. It's better than it used to be, but single parents stand out around here. But it's making him self-conscious, so maybe he's overwhelmed. The trainee teacher? Oh yeah, that guy. He's a couple years older, but we played together a lot as kids. That kid was the worst in our whole group. But at some point, we stopped being friends. Once he hit middle school, he started being a good student. Started acting like he didn't even care about us. I heard his test scores were pretty amazing. And he was pretty popular with all the girls. He acted like he wanted nothing to do with us villagers. And by that time, he didn't really fit in anymore. As kids, he was like our leader, and all the bad stuff we did was his idea. Well, at the time, I just did anything he said. But then again, back then, he was easier to get along with. We were in different grades, so I don't know what happened later. But he started bad-mouthing the village and its customs. Went to some faraway boarding school for high school. Now I guess he goes to some famous university in the city. You know, I never thought he'd show his face in the village again. Especially not as a trainee teacher. But we ain't the same anymore. I don't even know how to relate to him. But I betcha he's still got that bad personality. I feel bad for his students. Yeah? He and Koutoro saw each other? He didn't say anything mean like when we were kids, did he? Well. Oh, Koutoro, huh? He's just so hard to relate to. Everything's just so complicated with him. Koutoro's just, how do I say this? Got no one left, you know? I think his mom died when he was young. And ever since he was a kid, he's just been so gloomy. We were kids, so we were always teasing him. Now I realize we were too mean to Koutoro back then. Oh, I was just there with him. I didn't do anything bad, But then his dad died in an accident, too. It was around then we stopped that he stopped talking. Then we all kinda got scared of him. And in middle school, he got so tall. And the look in his eyes got all crazy like it is now. But Koutoro was a good student, never went to high school though. Then that old man from that place you're staying. Apparently he took Koutoro in and looked after him. Then he passed away. Ever since, Koutoro's been cooping himself up in there as the caretaker. Doesn't go to the village events, won't join the youth group. Well, even if he did, I don't know what we'd do with him. But I don't think getting rid of the archive is a good call either. Someone like Koutoro is perfect for the caretaker position, am I right? But I am a little worried. Once Koutoro grows old, if he gets even weirder, he might just end up like that old guy at the crossroads. Just imagine it makes me shiver. Let's talk about something else next time, yeah? So anything else you want to ask, maybe about me, for example? Come talk to me again. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Ask about him. What? Wait, what? Oh, you mean me? Huh, what for? You curious about me? Oh, I know. You're interested in the firefighter outfit, aren't you? Well, it's 'cause there aren't many young men left in the village. I've never left this village even once. Born and raised in Asakawa village. Most of my buds ended up leaving, but I just never wanted to leave. Seriously, what's the city even got to offer? Most people that leave don't even make it in the city. Then there are the guys who come back to the village with their kids. They should be like me and help out by joining the villagers' youth group. Living peacefully and contributing to what can is the right thing to do, you know? I'm sure there's plenty of great things in this city. If I went to some famous school, maybe I'd be popular with the hot city girls. But I'm a firefighter, so I ain't doing too bad around here. Anyway, I don't envy the guys who moved to the city. They all seem so sad and lonely now. They all think they're so cool because they moved to the city. But I like this village. Wonder where he went. And on a night like this, I have to look for him. Oh crap, Grandma's calling for me. Can't have her wandering around at night. I'm gonna get home. Hey, Grandma. I'm coming, don't wander off now. He's a good young man. A little rough around the edges, but I can tell. I'm all confused what that is on the outside. Do they just sell blocks of ice or something? What was that? A gathering of cats? A different side of night was added to the bookmarks. What in the... What were you talking about? The cat didn't run away in time. I'm sorry. I don't even know what happened. My legs just moved on their own. Run away? My god, he's so fast. Dude, you're never gonna catch me. Oh, okay, he caught me. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, I just suddenly ran away. But you really run quickly, Koutoro, and I thought I was a fast runner. I lost the race. This feels familiar for some reason. Let's go back. Oh, okay. Sorry to bother you. Aren't you tired? Eh? Hearing all those rumors can't be pleasant. You should probably finish up and go home. No, it's alright. What is it? Thanks for dinner. Ah. Give them back to me. With the exception of your firstborn, I threw all of your children into this lake. Why I trusted you, how could you be so cruel? You have no one to blame but yourself. You were the one who rejected me. You made a fool of me, even though I saved you from that snake. How could you? I had a husband. You did all of this just because of that. Everything is your fault. Because of you, I was cursed by that snake. Such horrible cruelty. I have no idea what you're saying. All I know is that the world must be hell. Dream? It's raining. Maybe that weird dream was caused by the rain.